YummyMummyClub. You may know her as the hilarious comedian who performs great impersonations of Celine Dion and Liza Minnelli on the Royal Canadian Air Farce. I know her as an exhausted but loving mother of two. Her name is Jessica Holmes, and she's just released this book called I Love Your Laugh. And in it, she talks a lot about motherhood. And here she is talking about what surprised her about motherhood.
You might think you know what motherhood will be like before you have kids. But if you're anything like me, you know nothing. I have faced so many embarrassments as I learn about motherhood that I actually even ended up sponsoring a contest for my mom's group to see who could find the funniest embarrassing moment. The woman who won was a woman who was in line at a cash register behind a bearded man, and he pulled on the guy's shirt and said, "Hey, my mommy has a beard just like you, but hers is down there," pointing to his mom's crotch. These are just some of the moments that make up the beautiful world of motherhood, and I use beautiful with a grain of salt. 5 things I didn't know about motherhood before having kids. Sleep deprivation can make you a basket case. My favorite example of that is when we were on a flight and I looked out the window and said, "Oh, there's a beautiful sunset." And the plane turned around as we were getting ready to land. I looked out the other window and said, "Oh, there's another sunset, 2 sunsets," before I realized there's only one sunset, dummy. Our brains are programmed to pay attention only to our children when they're first born. That would explain moments like arriving at the park, only to look down and realize I was wearing 1 black boot and 1 gold shoe. Little known fact, kids can ruin anything, no matter how expensive, in 30 seconds flat. This would be true of the Christian Louboutin shoes I had dreamed about for years and finally came up with enough money to buy a used pair from eBay. Guess what my daughter was doodling on this morning? The box! She took away my dream shoe box. You had to be there. You can't stop a kid from eating junk. And I don't mean junk food, I mean actual junk, like trash. Like when we were at the X and I turned around and my daughter had a bit of a sheepish look on your face. If you don't have kids yet, memorize this look. And then when you see that look, immediately say, "What have you done? What have you done?" If your kid is like mine, she will open her mouth to reveal the bubble gums, plural, that she just pulled out of the garbage at the X and popped in her mouth. Gross! The number 5 thing on the list of things I didn't know before becoming a mom was that a kid's cuddles can honestly melt away every hurt you've ever felt and remind you of what life is really about. Awesome.